Joy. Let's dive into the utterly thrilling world of Tudor England, where the air was thick with the stench of rotting teeth, the streets were paved with, well, not exactly gold, and the monarchs were just so delightfully tyrannical. Who wouldn't want to live in a society where social hierarchy was strict, disease was rampant, and personal hygiene was a distant dream? Sounds like a real blast. But hey, let's take a closer look at this charming era, shall we? The Tudor period, spanning from 1485 to 1603, was a transformative era in English history. The Tudor monarchs, from Henry VII to Elizabeth I, held absolute power and authority over their subjects. The royal court was a center of politics, intrigue, and luxury, with lavish feasts, masques, and pageants showcasing the monarch's wealth and power. The monarchs were patrons of the arts, supporting playwrights, poets, and musicians. This patronage led to a flourishing of artistic talent, including the works of William Shakespeare. The court was a complex web of alliances, rivalries, and intrigue. Nobles and advisors vied for power and favor, often through strategic marriages, gifts, and flattery. The royal court was renowned for its opulence, with extravagant clothing, jewelry, and furnishings on display. The monarch's wealth and power were constantly showcased through grand ceremonies and events. The Tudor social hierarchy was strict and complex, with clear divisions between the nobility, gentry, clergy, and commoners. Daily life in Tudor England was marked by hard work, limited amenities, and a strong sense of community. Most people lived in small, cramped homes with limited sanitation and hygiene. Wealthier individuals and families lived in larger, more luxurious homes with better amenities. Food was often simple and locally sourced, with bread, cheese, and ale being staples of the diet. Wealthier individuals enjoyed more exotic and luxurious foods, including game meats and spices. Bathing was a labor-intensive process, and many people bathed only a few times a year. Instead, they relied on washing their faces, hands, and feet regularly. Due to the infrequency of bathing, people used perfumes, fragrances, and herbs to mask body odors. Clothing was often made of natural fibers like wool, linen, and silk. These materials were breathable but could absorb sweat and odors. Dental hygiene was not as advanced, and tooth decay was common. People used twigs or cloths to clean their teeth. During the Tudor period, poverty and famine were rampant in England. Many people lived in poverty, especially in rural areas and towns, with widespread vagrancy and food shortages due to crop failures, bad weather, and disease. The poor struggled to afford basic necessities as food prices soared, leading to malnutrition, health problems, and increased mortality. The population growth, economic changes like the enclosure movement, and climate change exacerbated these issues, sparking social unrest, riots, and rebellions. Despite poor relief systems like the Poor Laws, poverty and famine persisted, affecting the most vulnerable members of society. During the Tudor period, disease and illness were prevalent due to poor sanitation, inadequate medical care, and limited understanding of germs. The plague, or Black Death, was a major threat, causing widespread epidemics and high mortality rates. Other diseases like smallpox, typhoid, and dysentery were common, while illnesses like malaria and influenza spread rapidly. Poor living conditions, contaminated water, and inadequate waste disposal contributed to the spread of diseases, and medical treatments often relied on unproven remedies and superstitions. The wealthy had better access to medical care, but even they were not immune to the ravages of disease, which had a profound impact on everyday life and mortality rates. During the Tudor period, England was involved in several conflicts and wars, both domestically and internationally. The Wars of the Roses, 1455 to 1487, had a lasting impact, and the Tudor dynasty's early years saw struggles to consolidate power. Wars with Scotland, France, and Ireland punctuated the period, including the Battle of Flodden, 1513, and the 9 Years' War, 1594 to 1603. The English Reformation also led to conflicts with Catholic Spain, culminating in the Spanish Armada's failed invasion, 1588. These conflicts strained the English economy, shaped foreign policy, and influenced the country's relationships with European powers. Overall, life in the Tudor dynasty was complex and multifaceted, marked by grandeur and hardship. The era's cultural achievements, social hierarchies, and daily struggles continue to fascinate historians and scholars today.